In our last video, we talked about the invisible stage of social anxiety, the fear of judgment that keeps us trapped. But at the end, we saw a faint light, a tiny, hopeful heart showing a path forward. This is where our journey begins. But even with the path, starting is the hardest part. You're back in your room, safe, but the thought of taking that first step feels overwhelming. Where do you even begin? The secret isn't to jump off the stage. It's to take tiny, almost imperceptible steps. Start small, like really small. Instead of a full conversation, try a simple nod and a smile to someone you pass in the hallway. Or if you're at a coffee shop, instead of ordering online, try ordering directly from the barista and making eye contact.
At school, instead of avoiding eye contact, try holding it for just 1 extra second with a classmate.
And here's a secret. Your family can be your best training ground. Try starting a small conversation with a family member you don't usually talk much to, or complimenting something they're wearing.
These aren't grand gestures, they're micro-victories. Each one builds a tiny bit of confidence, like adding a single drop to a bucket.
Now, let's try something a little bigger. You see someone at school, maybe a girl or a guy, wearing a cool t-shirt. You decide, I'm going to compliment their t-shirt. You walk up, open your mouth, and manage to say, nice shirt? The other person smiles and says, thanks. And then silence. Your mind goes blank. You thought saying the first thing was the hard part, but now you don't know what to say next. You freeze. The other person looks at you, a little confused. You mumble something and walk away, feeling defeated. But now, we're gonna change that.
But this time, you don't give up. You go home and you replay the scene in your head. You practice. You visualize the conversation going perfectly. This is called mental rehearsal, and it's a powerful tool.
The next day, you see them again. Your heart still races, but this time you remember your practice. You walk up, you say, nice shirt. And when they say thanks, you follow up with, where did you get it? And to your surprise, the conversation flows because you are interesting. You just needed to get past the initial fear. You won't feel like a social butterfly overnight, but with each small step, that light inside you grows a little brighter. The stage starts to feel a little less scary, and you begin to realize you're not alone on this journey.
Thank you for watching. If this video made you think, consider subscribing for more tools to sharpen your mind.